Urban Legends Haunt. What the hell, man? Welcome back to Avenue Obscura, everyone, and this is not exactly the video that I thought I would be making when I went to the Urban Legends Haunt this past weekend. I really thought that this video was going to be very similar to my other event videos where, I go, I film an intro, I take some footage of the event, and then I film a wrap-up. I wanted to just kind of go over my thoughts on this haunt and why it was such a disappointment. Here on this channel on Avenue Obscura, I want to always strive to be 100% honest with my audience, you guys. I'm never gonna hype something that doesn't deserve hype. I'm never gonna hype something just because it's a Halloween event or it's a haunt or it's cool. I want to make sure that I give you 100% honest review of what I'm going to. And full disclaimer, every single thing you've seen me review on this channel, whether it's a product or an event, I have paid for all of those products and events out of my own money. I have not gotten anything free. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So with that being said, I have a couple of points that I want to go over in regards to this haunt. All right, everyone, so grab your popcorn because now we're going to start talking about some of the disappointments with this haunt. So first disappointment that I had was the initial marketing of this haunt. Back in mid-August, there was a panel done, and it was hosted by Rick West from Midsummer Scream, one of the creative directors of Midsummer Scream, and he was hosting the creative team of the Urban Legends Haunt. And during that panel, they basically announced the haunt, the concept of the haunt, and some of the characters of the haunt. So the first thing they announced was all the urban legends that they were going to use for the haunt. There was three. One was the Billywhack monster, one is the monster of Elizabeth Lake, and one is the lizard people that live underneath Los Angeles. So these are all three Southern California urban legends that are pretty popular, pretty famous, right? And then after that, they actually announced some characters that were going to be roaming around the haunt, right? That you would be interacting with. One was a character named Blaze Dragon, one was La Lechuza, and then of course the monster of Elizabeth Lake. So they showed all this really cool concept art and announcements during the panel, and none of it was at the actual haunt. So it was really, really strange to see that everything they announced, not one thing was there. And I checked that video when I got home after doing the haunt itself, and that video is sitting at about 9,000 views. And to me, that's bad, because if you were somebody who watched that presentation and then bought your tickets to the haunt based off of that information, and then you went to the haunt, you were going to be sorely shocked and surprised to find out that nothing you saw was actually in the haunt itself. So the second point is the artistic direction of the haunt. So they changed the urban legends, right? What did they change them to? We ended up getting Sasquatch, which isn't really a localized Southern California urban legend. It's pretty much, there's sightings all over the country. Black Star Canyon, I'm not familiar really with that. And the Carnival Graveyard of Orange County, again, something I'm not super familiar with. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be something super familiar. As long as it's atmospheric and cool, you could really do whatever you like. So the first part, when you drive up, you first drive up and you drive up to a drive-in movie screen, right? And in this drive-in, they give you a little film reel kind of explaining the urban legends. They didn't go into super great detail in my opinion, but hey, I mean, it looked okay. It was cool. Then the next area you go into, which I assume was the Black Star Canyon area, really it was filled with people in minor outfits, and the people that are in those outfits were basically walking up and down and kind of just using shovels or picks to just make loud sounds on the concrete. The next area you drove through into was the Sasquatch area. And this is also where I sort of had a little bit of an issue, is that the transitions between the areas weren't all that great. So you drove into one area and you're not really sure what you were in. Like when we drove into this Black Star Canyon area, I didn't really even know that it was that. I mean, there was nothing denoting that that was it. And you don't have to spell it out, but give us some better visual cues of what we're actually looking at. So the next area was the Sasquatch area. And really it was just some people kind of walking around, calling out, kind of acting like they were lost. They put some trees up to make it look like it was in the forest. And then here's the part that sort of really baffled my mind. And again, spoilers, just as a quick warning to anybody who might be going to this and you don't want to have any kind of spoilers. The person dressed up as the Sasquatch that was roaming up and down, they were wearing a gorilla suit. Or at least it looked like a gorilla suit to me. And the gorilla suit didn't quite even fit very well. That was just amazing. Like, you couldn't have found something slightly better than that? I mean, I get it. It was dark, and, maybe they felt it looked enough just like a big animal. But also, the Sasquatch is known for being extremely tall, and they used an actor of a regular size. With so many special effects available out there to increase height or tallness, I felt like they could have come up with a more menacing costume. So after you were done with the Sasquatch area, you drove into this carnival graveyard area. And this part was the part that I think more than the other two parts was very odd, because you drove into this area and you can see the carnival and you hear carnival music, and that was cool. And then you see just figures. They weren't real people. They were just statues or dummies with like purge masks on. But that was it. There was no live actors walking around that area. So those were the three main urban legends that they covered. But then at the very end, they added a fourth one that they didn't go over in the initial video, which was Bloody Mary. But again, artistically, I think they really missed the mark on Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary, number one, not a Southern California urban legend, but Bloody Mary is, you stand in front of the mirror, you say the Bloody Mary name 3 times, and Bloody Mary's supposed to appear behind you, right? The way they conceptualized Bloody Mary, it was like a rave. That just was, I didn't get it. And I mean, maybe they had some kind of grand concept in mind when they did this, but it just didn't make sense to me. To me, the conceptualization of that area of the haunt just didn't work. So final thoughts. Would I recommend Urban Legends Haunt 2020? No, unfortunately. And that pains me to say, to be really honest. I don't like to just dump on a haunt and say, how much I didn't like it. But I have to be honest. And to me, it was not worth the money. Now, if you already have bought tickets and you're going to go, don't feel bad. Just temper your expectations. Know what you're going to go see. Know that it's not going to necessarily be what you may have saw if you saw that Midsummer Scream presentation. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video a lot, please consider sharing it as well. This channel has gone through some growth over the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to say thank you so much to each and every one of you who've been watching for the support. It really helps us a lot. Go check us out over on our Instagram page at Avenue Obscura. We share a lot of really cool, unique content over there that you don't see on this main channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.